So one of our viewers, Mary, wants to know, is life insurance for someone in their 50s and 60s a good idea? We'll talk about that today.
So last week in our video, we talked about life insurance for people in their 30s and 40s and what that means and what that covers and what we should be looking for. Okay, so now we want to talk about 50s and 60s. People have different needs in that age group. So what are we talking about?
Well, in your 20s and 30s, as we mentioned, term insurance with living benefits, probably the best solution for most. In your 50s and 60s, however, we're going to shift, right? Life insurance, the purpose for life insurance is going to shift from income replacement to more long-term care planning and estate planning. It's also going to shift from term insurance to permanent type insurance.
Right. Okay, so when we talk about long-term care planning and long-term care insurance and life insurance are not always the same thing. But in this case, we're actually talking about a hybrid between life insurance and long-term care insurance. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. So in your 50s and 60s, you're looking for a life insurance policy that will provide a portion of the death benefit to pay for long-term care. So for example, Amber, you and I are married. If we have a life insurance policy with long-term care benefits, this is how it'll work. Say that we have a $300,000 policy. If I need long-term care, say that I need $100,000 of long-term care as I age, that still leaves you $200,000 for your protection if I pass away. Now you've got $200,000 available to you for long-term care. If you use $100,000 of long-term care, now there's still $100,000 for our beneficiaries to receive. So it's a life insurance policy that pays out for long-term care, and anything not used for long-term care then passes to your beneficiaries tax-free.
So in a prior video, we talked about one of the best ways to pass on wealth to a beneficiary is through life insurance.
That's right.
So that's what I think you mean when you talk about using life insurance for estate planning purposes.
That's right. So to answer Mary's question, is life insurance in your 50s and 60s a good idea? For most people, it is if you can afford it. Remember, we got to have income first in retirement. That's our top goal. Get the income you need. After that, we can start allocating some resources for life insurance, but only if it's permanent, only if it has long-term care benefits available to you and your spouse if you're married.
So for people in their 50s and 60s looking to get life insurance, there will be a little bit more underwriting than for people in their 30s and 40s.
Yeah, there may be a physical required, a little bit more in depth than people in their 30s and 40s, but still relatively easy to get for most people.
And doable, for sure.
That's right. Now it's important to know that even if you're using the death benefit as long-term care benefits, it will still be tax-free. So there's a tax-free death benefit available to use at death or to pay for long-term care. In both cases, it'll be tax-free.
Remember, you can make the rest of your life the best of your life.
Plan now to retire happy.